So let's look at some more practical array methods. So we've already discussed methods dealing with appending new elements and removing new elements, removing elements from an array. So in this particular case, I'll be dealing with searching and checking methods. So I have these just for your personal notes, and I'll run you through each one of these. So for example, if I wanted to find out if this array has a certain value, I can just use the includes property. So let me just show you. It should return a true or false, a Boolean value. So I'm just going to go nums array dot includes using this method here. Arrays, in a sense, are an object. We'll deal with objects a bit later, but for now, we'll just use this to find a certain value. So for example, let's just say, does it have 100? It doesn't have 100 if you were to observe this array, so it should be false. Let's see what it displays. It displays false. But does it have 33, for example? Does it include 33? And let me save this and let me just refresh. This should be true. There we go, because it includes the value 33. But what if I wanted to find where the value 33 was located at? I have to use this method here called indexOf. Let me just copy it here. And I go here and I go paste indexOf 33. And we could just say here, just counting by hand, 0, 1, 2. So it's at index 2. It should return 2 here. Let me just refresh. And here we have a bit of an error. We have double dots here. Okay, so let me just save again and refresh. So there you go, index of 2. So that's how you would find a certain value. But what if there are two values here, 19 and 19, for example, here? The index of 19, it should return the very first value, of course. 19, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go, 4 here. Returns the very first value. But what if I wanted to find the last 19 within this array? Then I use lastIndexOf. So let me just copy this and paste here. lastIndexOf, delete this. And then I'm just going to go 19. So it should be right at the end of the array. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Should be at 12. So let's see what our outcome is. There we go. Index of 12 is where we would find our last index of the value 19. In the same way, what if I wanted to find a value here based on a given condition? I use the find value. So let's just say I wanted to find a value that's less than 20, for example. I could just say find, and here I have to have an arrow function. So I'm going to say element, that's what you pass in as an argument. And then I'm going to say, what if I want my element smaller than 20, for example? So which element that will first appear is smaller than 20? Let's see. It's 19, right? The first element, if you go through this array from left to right, that appears that is smaller than 20 is 19. In the same way, the first element, which is smaller than 30, would be 19. First element, which is smaller than 40, would be 33. So let's just see here, 33. So that's how the find works. You have to have a comparative operator or a condition, and based on this condition, we will find that value. And what about findIndex? Well, as you guessed it, you're just finding the index of the element here. So instead of just returning the actual value, I can actually find the index of the element. So find index of the value which is smaller, the first value that is smaller than 40. So we're finding the index of 33 in this particular case. And the value, the index of 33 is 2. Is that correct? Yes, we start from 0, 0, 1, 2. So it's the index of 2. Likewise, the first value, which is smaller than 20, is 19. So we can return the index of that. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it should be 4 here. There we go. So that's how these searching and checking methods would work. Thank you very much.